What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jordan, and today I'm going to give you a deck profile on Gold Pride P.U.N.K. It has been updated post Age of Overlord. I took this to an OTS tournament today, and I got second place. It's not first, but hey, we're up, we're going. But I figured I'd give you guys a deck profile and give you the sauce on what kind of deck I played. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with the main deck. 41 cards in the main. So, of course, your starters is 3 Xiamen and 3 Foxatoon. Can't say anything more about that. It's pretty self-explanatory here. It's pretty standard. Xiamen searches, Foxatoon specials from decks, using her, discarding her or another card in your hand. Pretty much, yeah. Then I run the one-ofs, 1 Shirakusai, 1 Madam Spider, 1 Wagon, 1 Deer Note, and 1 Ogre Dance. Ratio seems fine. Reason why I'm running 1, because the deck is hard against Droll. But I rather just see the ones of. But yeah, so that's the ones of for P.U.N.K. Extender, 1 Psychic Wielder. This comes up sometimes. Why I chose this, because it's just another pop one of your opponent's monsters. If it's used as single material, I can basically pop one of my opponent's monsters that's less than or equal to the single monsters that I just specialed, and I can special it if I control a level 3 psychic. So this comes up sometimes, just an extender. For Gold Pride, 3 Leons, pretty standard. 2 Baller and 2 Carry. Now, I was running Nitro Head. I took it out because it never really came up a lot and people kind of could just play around it, but I think this is fine. So I wouldn't really, I might change the ratio in the future, but as of right now, this isn't really going anywhere. So 3 Leon, 2 Roller Baller, 2 Carry. For hand traps or non-engine cards, 2 Ash, 2 Droll, 1 Nib. The reason why I'm doing this is you'll see in a second when I go in the spells, but for me, I think it's a perfect ratio. I don't want to do too trap heavy. As I said, this is 41 cards. I wouldn't really change anything about this build because with the build that I have, it has brought me a lot of success and it's climbing up in the ranks, so I wouldn't really change anything about it. So 2 Ash, 2 Droll, 1 Nib. For spells, 1 P.U.N.K Jam Extreme Session for Punks. 3 Better Luck Next Time for Gold Pride. I'm not running Crowd Goes Wild. I'm not running That Came Out of Nowhere. I think this is fine. So, extenders, 3 E-Telly. So, pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty standard. And not once per turn. This came up in clutch when someone was like, oh, it's once per turn. Da, 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 da. No, it's not. It's really, really good. And so we're going to go back to the reason why I'm running 2 of the hand traps and 1 Nib is because I main 3 crossout designators. This deck loses hard to Droll and Nib, and I want to be sure I have reassurance so that way if I'm trying to do something and you stop me, I chain cross out and just banish, and I just keep going. So 3 crossouts. Some people might be skeptical of this, but it works. Main 3 Super Polys. It works. It's there to break boards. So, and if you don't have an answer to this, you pretty much just lose. I can't tell you how many times where I flipped Super Poly on my opponent and they couldn't do anything else, and I kind of just linked it off into something. But Super Poly is a card. It's won me games a lot, so I would not change this at all. I might in the future, but as of right now, it works. And it surprises my opponents too, because you don't see a lot of Gold Pride players running Super Poly in their build at all. So I thought I'd just throw off people and yeah. Traps. 1 Dangerous Gabu, 1 Start Your Engines, 2 Imperm. This is basically Dangerous Gabu is just an Imperm on itself, plus it's searchable with Madam Spider. So technically I have 3 Imperm, but yeah. So that's the main build. As I said before, this is 41 cards in the main. So we're going to go on to the extra deck. Starting with fusions, 1 Rising Carp and 1 Baller. I did run this at 2 in my last deck profile because Kashtira, but I changed the deck a lot and it works. So 1 roller ball, 1 pinballer, 1 carp. Plus, it's funny that my opponents, anytime I play Gold Pride P.U.N.K, they don't know how to respond or react to it. So I find it hilarious. More fusions, 1 Mud Dragon, 1 Gurura for super poly targets. Going to synchros, 1 Star Leon, 1 Jam Dragon Drive, 1 Dragite, 1 Amazing Dragon, and 1 Psychic End Punisher. I threw Dragite in the build because, you know, just some spells, some traps, just trap negation, such and such, whatever. But it works, so can't complain. XZs. 1 Chariot Carry. I did run 2, but 1 is fine. 1 XZ Armor Torpedo and 1 Fortune Tune. People get thrown off with Armor Torpedo. I just use it just to draw an extra card if I need it. But so yeah. And then Fortune Tune is the only recursion in the deck to recur your level 3s. Because I could just play Fortune Tune and then link it off with something, make whatever, and Fortune Tune will just shuffle 2, and this will just return to the extra deck, and then I could just slap on another again, and then just keep going. So this is like kind of the only recursion. It's really good. It hasn't come up a lot, but because I try to end the game fast, but when it's down to the grind game, I kind of need this to just keep going. And for links, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 IP, 1 SP. I love SP Little Knight and IP because it makes them think. And plus, it can't be destroyed once you use it as link material with IP, so it's fantastic. But it loses its ability if you kind of just banish it another monster, and it just comes back in end phase. It does lose that indestructibility. So, Cross Sheep, IP, SP, pretty standard. Not sure a lot of Gold Pride players are running it, but I'm running it. I'm trying to build this deck as toolboxy for more answers, more solutions. It's gotten me far. So now we go into the side deck. 2 copies of Nibiru. For the monsters, 2 Nibiru and 2 Lava Golems. Just break boards, basically. Lava Golems, Lava Golem. I don't do a lot of normal summon in this deck because it's mostly special summon, so Lava Golem is fine. Spells, 2 Cosmic Cyclones, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 3 Forbidden Droplets. So, and I'm going to reveal a Spice card. So I'm going to shout out to my friend Jay who recommended me this card. This card came in clutch in my matchups today in the tournament tonight. Because people were just surprised. And I slap it down, build a board. They couldn't do anything. But Tikaboo. Or there can only be 1. Now you're probably thinking, why run Tikaboo? It could hurt your deck, this and that, a third. Well, as I said, I build my board first and then slap this on my opponent. If I know my opponent is playing 1 type, like Pearlies, like Unchained, you know, any heroes, they all involve 1 type. So if I slap Tikaboo on, they can't do anything. And my deck can just play around. It has different types. So Tikaboo has won me matches today against Pearly, against There's other decks. And then, of course, 3 copies of Evenly Matched. But yeah, this was a good card against Pearly. Very, very, very good card against Pearly. So, but that is the deck profile of Gold Pride Punk post Age of Overlord. So I will probably be taking this deck to regionals in December for the Greenville regionals. Until then, I might change the site. I might change the whole deck. So I kind of just surprise more of my opponents. But as of right now, nothing's really changing in this. I am absolutely in love with this deck. This deck has become one of my favorite decks to play. You know, it surprises people because now people's playing a whole bunch of meta decks like Rescue Ace, Tears, Makonko, this and that and the third, Unchained. And then you kind of just surprise your opponent with a road deck. I mean, you don't see a lot of people playing Gold Pride anymore because they think, oh, Gold Pride kind of just fell off the face of the earth. But it hasn't, honestly. So, but that's it for Gold Pride Punk post Age of Overlord. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.